This will be a very super crisp video about how to rent car in Georgia the best and cost effective way. So we rented car in Georgia and drove around the country for 5 days, and we will tell you our own experiences, how to get your car rent in Georgia, from where to rent it, how you need to drive, and what are the other things that you need to take care of. So first thing first, from where to get your car rental in Georgia. Now, the best and cost effective way of doing this would be to go online and get your car rental from there. So, we researched a lot and we looked at all these online aggregators, and then we also went to the local rent shop in Tbilisi, and what we found out was all of these options were really costly. So, when we researched our own, what we found was that there is a company called Local Rent which gives you the best and cost effective way of renting car in Georgia. Now, this is not a sponsored post from us. This is all our experiences that we are telling you, and why they are beneficial and why they are cost effective, we'll tell you in detail. So Local Rent is a company which is aggregator of small owners who have their own car and they want to rent it out to the tourists like us. What it does is puts up all of those cars onto their sites, and they have a very excellent customer service team, because at the night also when we wanted to approach them, they were very responsive and they talk and write in English, and hence it's super easy for us Indians to kind of contact if anything goes wrong. The second best advantage of Local Rent is that they have cars which is of wide variety, which is like 2-wheel drive, the 4-wheel drive, automatic, manual, anything that you ask for, they have those kind of cars. We ourselves got a car which was Toyota Prius, and it is automatic, and at the same time it was a hybrid car. So what hybrid car does is that it saves a lot on your fuel cost. So while you are driving in Tbilisi or any other city, the city drive basically is lot cheaper compared to the normal, let's say the petrol car. At the same time, Local Rent cars that you find, they'll also have unlimited mileage. Unlimited mileage as in like how many kilometers you want to drive in Tbilisi or outside of Tbilisi or in Georgia altogether, there is no capping to it. So other companies like Discover Car, etc., they might give you per day, let's say you can only travel for 200 kilometers, and hence if you take a car for 5 days, it's going to be only 1000 kilometers that you can drive. But with this company, you have unlimited mileage. How much ever you want to drive, you can drive it. So I have given a complete link of this website that in the description, that you can go ahead and check it out and book your car in advance as soon as possible, because the first thing that you will see is that the cars on this website get sold out pretty quickly, and hence go ahead. We booked ourselves almost like 2 weeks in advance, and we had like very less number of cars available on the site. Hence our recommendation would be at least a month in advance before you travel, you should go ahead and book your car rental from this company. So now let's talk about the complete process that we went through, how we got our car rental from this company. So we went to their site, we saw all the listed cars over there, and then we found out that our basically the need was getting fulfilled with this Toyota Prius that I was talking about, and this is a 2-wheel drive. So if you have seen our earlier videos about Georgia and the complete itinerary, there we have already told you that we took car for rent and we took 2-wheel drive, because at this time of year, let's say during the summer time and spring and autumn time, you do not need a 4-wheel drive necessarily, unless you plan to go off-roading, etc. That usually us tourists would not do much, hence 2-wheel drive is pretty fine. We took that vehicle and we went as up as Kazbegi mountains, and we did not face any problem. So once we narrowed down on this car, what we saw was this was already, it had complete insurance, so I need not pay extra for this. They also, what they did was, once we booked it, when we paid the token amount, we were assigned a company representative who spoke on the WhatsApp number that we had, and then coordinated with where we need this car, and we asked them to drop it to our Airbnb, and they happily delivered the car to our Airbnb. So this was the complete process. There was nothing else required from our end. They only required our passport copy and the driver license, which was the Indian driver license, because in Georgia you do not need IDP, which is International Driving Permit. What you need is just your driving license. Ideally, your driving license should be in the English format. It should not be the local language. It should be English format, and you are sorted from there. You do not need any other document apart from these two, your passport copy and the driving license. So on the day when we needed the car owner himself came with the car and he delivered it to us. He explained everything, the car, how the functioning of the car and etc. All of those things. So what we felt was that this local rent company was working with the car owner that I was talking about and supporting the local economy, and I do not know whether they take a cut or not, but it felt really good because the owner was very happy to see us and he was explaining a lot about the car, how to drive, etc. And he gave us also few tips about from where to fill the petrol and etc. all of those things. So all in all, it was a very smooth and good experience taking the car rental from local rent. So now that you have rented your car in Georgia, there are some important things that you need to keep in mind. The first and foremost is that the driving condition in Georgia is opposite to India, which is the right hand side drive. So it might take you some time to get used to it. It's not like you will not get used to it. You will get used to it. It just needs a bit of practice. So once you take the car, then you just drive like around the place where you have rented the car just to get a hang of it, and it's super easy, nothing fancy about it. The second important thing that you need to keep in mind is that the highway roads in Georgia are not like they do not have lanes, divider lanes, and hence at times you might feel that in your lane there is a opposite side car or any other vehicle is coming at your direction, but don't worry about it. Just like India conditions, if you have driven in India, you are pretty sorted there as well. The third thing that you need to take care of is, as I spoke about, that the license over there, you do not need any IDP. The Indian driving license works as is, no question asked. The fourth thing is that, and it is a good thing, because Georgia does not have toll taxes over there. Yes, all roads are toll free, and hence you need not pay anywhere once you are on the highway or when you are driving in the city. The fifth one is about the parking. You will find parking in cities like Tbilisi or Batumi, etc. Lot of places you will find parking. However, the parking is not free. There will be certain charges, and you can figure out, they'll have the board over there that will tell you that for these many hours what is the charge, and it's pretty affordable. It's not very costly. Now, you might ask whether you should rent a car in Georgia or not. Now, the simple answer to this is that there are public transports that you will find in Georgia. Probably in Tbilisi, you will have metros and Uber equivalent Bolt taxi over there. But the moment you come out of the city, you might not find a lot of public transport. There will be public transport, but it might not suit your need and the comfort also. So in our experience, if you take a car rental, it's pretty much easy for you to conveniently go from point A to B. You have your own schedule. You need not be bound to a schedule, which is, let's say, if you take a day trip to Kakheti or Kazbegi, then the tour operators like Klook and everything, they will have a set timeline that 9 o'clock you need to start, and then at 9 p.m. you come back, right? So with your own car, you choose where do you want to spend a lot of time, where do you want to on the way, because Georgia roads are very scenic. You would want to stop at multiple points and click photos. That is not possible when you are going with the tour operators. The second thing is that in your own car, you will find a lot more safer because it's just you guys and there are no other folks, right? So it makes a lot more pleasant thing to drive in Georgia if you have your own car. So yes, our recommendation would be to go ahead and rent a car and drive like anything. However, if you're not comfortable driving your car or rental car in Georgia, then you always have option to book the day trips in Georgia, because there are a lot of operators who will take you from day trip from Tbilisi to Kakheti or Kazbegi, etc. everywhere. The link to that I have also given in the description box, so feel free to check that out as well, the day trips from Tbilisi. So that's it, guys. Hope you liked the video, because this is the only Chris video that you will find which will tell you how to rent car in Georgia and how to take care of things to make your driving in Georgia very pleasant. But if you have any other question, feel free to drop that in comment box. We definitely answer each and every comment of yours. And if you have not yet subscribed to our channel, do subscribe it, because we keep bringing such informative videos for you all.